Good afternoon, team. Happy Wednesday. What a day, huh? Whoosh, 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 whoosh. In both sides. It was incredible. I'm glad we were able to take some advantage of it. Let me get myself together here. Okay, so from I had this sent in earlier. I showed you guys the 21 was a 337 something. We were kind of topping it right here, and we finally got over it, and we ended up at the high of the day. 2 back-to-back days ending up at the high of the day. That is really good, strong sign. Big wick here. So again, a lot of volatility. So we cleared the 9. That was the first step. This immediate very short-term downtrend. Actually, the 8. That's the 8. We cleared the 8, and then I have the 9 on my trading platforms. It's a little bit better for me on that platform. And then the 21 is the one that we had to kind of like clear and then stay above it. This range right here from these guys right here. We still have to clear this. We still have this lowering trend line, so we still have a little bit more to go. And then this one, and then the 50. So again, we're not out of the woods yet, but this is a very good positive sign. Let me go to the 15-minute. So per my earlier email I sent, post picture that I sent this right here, and then I had this one right here, and then I think I had it somewhere right here, and I have my line here. This is parabolic. This is parabolic. This is not sustainable. And then we kind of, floundered around for a little bit, and then boom, we got it. So now I'm gonna read what I posted at 10:42 a.m. Team, this has the feeling today of a buy the rumor, sell the news. We bought the rumor of the Fed. We sold the actual news. So this could be the prelude of more upside to come. More upside to come. But, in capital letters, there will be a sell-off in between coming shortly. But there will be a sell-off in between coming shortly. Word by word. Hence, how I'm positioning myself, which I bought the SQQQs, I sold short the Facebook, the Square, and all that stuff. And then obviously I took profits on what I had, that it was coming forward from yesterday to close all those guys out. So another great profitable day at the beginning of the day, and then in the middle of the day as well with the SQQQs and the Facebooks. So this great upstart for the day was a gift, profit taking. There will be a swoosh down at any time from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Here is 1 p.m. right here. And here is 3 p.m. right here. Swoosh down at 2 p.m. Boom, boom. That's a swoosh down. There will be a swoosh down at any time from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I will take profits in what I opened today to the short side, which was the SQQs, the Facebooks, and if you notice, if you go to my post, I was closing out SQQs, I was closing out Facebooks when I started seeing the reversal bar right there. I will take profits in what I opened today to the short side. Then we should quickly recover end of day and potentially continue higher into tomorrow and maybe rest of the week. Then we will quickly recover. We will quickly recover into end of day. Is that what we did? Yep, we quickly recovered into end of day. And there it is on very high volume. Very high volume here, very high volume here. So again, like I mentioned in yesterday's video where I had all these freaking lines all over the place. What do we have? Wish down, wish up. It's just typical FOMC. It's just experience, nothing else. And I was trading probabilities, and the chart tells you right here, this is parabolic, not sustainable. MT was a 90 something. The wish down was coming. And then usually the first reaction, well, this is the first reaction. I said the first reaction is the one that's sustainable. So this is the first reaction. That's what I said in the morning. This could be the potential for an up end of the day and rest of the week. So we had the first reaction, the sell off into the news, and then the recovery, which equates this right here. So that's kind of how I traded today, and it kind of all worked out. Thank God, pretty good. So again, we ended up at the high of the day. The MT finished at 85, so we should see some continuation tomorrow. Tomorrow we should have a little bit more. Not sure how much more, but maybe a little bit more. We're kind of like this flat aftermarket, which is irrelevant. So if we get into the 90s in the MT with another 200 or whatever points up on the Qs, we might get a quick little flush down that it might give me some profit taking on my SQ shorts. That's really the only thing. I have a little bit of drawdown on the SQ. And this is why I'm looking at this, which I pointed out yesterday. I'm pointing at this. It hit its 50 right here, and it sold off on 1, 2, 3 days up. 3 days up, hit 21, sold off. 3 days up, hit 50, sold off. A couple of days at the 21, sold off. A couple of days at the 50, and then see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow we can have a little continuation. I have no problem holding on to it, even though I have a drawdown. Again, I have the 135, so I'm here. So it still has to go to here, and then if it goes to there, I have many tools in my toolbox to manage this. Many. So I'm not concerned with this. This is still an overall downtrend. I do not see this going to 200, and if it does, hey, I'll manage accordingly. But most likely at the 125, 130 range, there might be some resistance from these guys right here, or even these guys right here that said, hey, we're back to where we were here, that we never took profits, and maybe we could sell off into this. Either way, I'll manage it accordingly. But that's really the only quote unquote large position that I have. Mara is doing good. I rolled to the 15, so I'm like way down here somewhere. So that's doing good. Nvidia really kicked butt today. But look how funny. It's right to the trend line. It didn't trigger because it still has to clear it. And at the 50, let me see where the 50's at. The 50, it's just shy of it. 245.39, 244.96. It closed. So like just at the 50. Isn't that funny? Just at the 50. So maybe tomorrow we get another nice little pop higher before we sell off again. Again, MP's at 85. We're at the high end. I'm not expecting another 400 point move tomorrow. But if we do, hey, we do, and I'll manage accordingly. I am leaning my overall delta. It's negative about 100 and something. So I am leaning into the short side. So I will profit more if we go down the market. If tomorrow we go down a little bit, I will profit more than if we go up. If we go up, I'll profit some, and I have to manage the ones that I have that I will be a little bit more drawdown on. But I have time. I have not concerned with those. Let me see how the SPY did. The SPY, it's a little stronger above the 21. This death cross happened, so we can't ignore that this happened. This happened. We can't look away. This happened. Okay, this happened. So again, seasonality. We should get a nice little pop towards month end, maybe a little, profit taking in the beginning of April, and then another leg higher, and then maybe the 50 will kind of like stabilize. I don't know. But overall, it's a great day on both sides. On the downside, on the upside in the morning, the downside whoosh, and then the upside whoosh. Kind of what I was mentioning yesterday. The futures are up. We're still going higher. So maybe we open up, in the morning, higher, and overnight, whatever we open up, we'll see. We'll take it day by day. Some of my alerts, my setups from yesterday triggered. I hope you guys took some of those. I didn't take any of those because I was positioning myself for the whiplash. I didn't want to get into any longs. CF, the one I took on today, CF. I only have two setups for tomorrow. I only have two. So I don't want to get a lot of exposure because there's a lot of tickers I gave you guys over this last few weeks. So most of them are still in the process of triggering. So those should be alerted if they do trigger. Okay, so this is what happened with CF. I bought it at 80. What was my cost basis? CF 87.50. I bought it at 87.50 right when I was at the 21, and that's when I alerted it. I saw it at the 21, and I go, you know what? Let me get a quarter position in there because it sold off due to the rotation from energy and the ones that have been working into technology. Everything into high tech growth stocks. The Teslas, the Facebooks, the Squares, the Nvidias, the Apples, the Microsoft. Googles, the Amazons, all those suckers went up today, which I was a little early taking profits, but that's fine. I rather wish I was in while I was out than be in and wish I was out. So that played out today. So CF, why? Because it hit the 21, it stayed there. It did it there, it did it there, and it did it there, and it took off. The only time it broke it, it went to the 50 and it kind of held and it took off, and it was a little base right here. So this is pulling back strongly. It was a pretty high volume today, up 46% from regular average volume. But it held the 21 and it closed a little bit above it. So I'm actually up a little bit on it. Again, it's just 50 shares, just as a test position here. I don't want to get too aggressive here. And if it breaks the 21, I'm out and I lose like 1%. I might lose like 25, $30, if anything. But it was a low risk entry. And if tomorrow we have, we get 3 or 4 points up, hey, I might get 15, 20% out of it and close it out. Again, this could, this hit 100. This broke out of this nice little base here and had a nice run to 100. And like I mentioned before, the 100 play. It goes to 100, it comes back, it tries to retest it, it might go to 102, and so forth. So again, just that was my reasoning on CF. Okay, the 21 held, so that was the trade setup. The 21 holding. If it breaks it, it's like extremely, literally like $25, $30, 0.5%, 1% stop loss on this. So a potential of, I'm risking like $30 to make like 150, 200, basically. That's a great risk reward. Now that I'm money cash wise, but I don't trade cash, I trade percentages. So as long as I can maintain a 3-to-1 ratio of my percentages, doesn't matter how much your cash is, eventually my account grows and grows and grows and grows. I'm not into this to hit home runs and to get rich in 2 years. This is for a lifetime, so little by little, make 25 to 45% a year. I'll be very happy with that year over year. So again, don't try to hit home runs. I'm just trying to trade. Again, this market, again, if we had, if we are in this market, I would not be starting with 50 shares. I would probably be starting with 150 shares because we're in this market. We're in this market with this, So again, that's the reasoning. So keep that in mind. Again, the reason why the small amount of profit taking is because we're in this market, guys. This is choppy, so you want to get out quick because it comes back real quick. In this kind of market, you can go in heavier. You can go in heavier and let it ride longer. So now that 50 shares could probably be 150. And now instead of risking $30 to make 150, I might be risking $150 to make 750. See the difference? Same percentage, but it's a more favorable tradable environment to the trending long side than this mess we're in. Okay, I hope you guys realize that. Okay, we're not going to trade the same, next month and the month after and the month after because we're going to have a different market. So we trade the market that's in front of us, not the one that we want to have in front of us. And we apply the strategies, or at least I do, that are conducive to the market environment we're in. We're in high volatility, choppy market. I'm selling premium. once we're in, these kind of markets, I'll buy shares, a lot of shares, and ride the trend, and then make a little bit more money than I'm making now, which this year has not been that bad so far. So that's where I'm at with. That's for the reason, and then the reason for the CF trade. I only have 2 stock setups because I don't. Everything is oil and everything has been beaten down, and I don't want to I don't want to trade put in more oil stuff on because we get a resolution to the war or something, and then oil's going to tank for the next few days. So there might be another rotation into technology. We never know. I mean, Nvidia. I mean, what if Nvidia breaks, guys? What if Nvidia breaks 250, and then we go to 270? That's a nice little trade. It broke this trend line here. It's finally above the 50. That is now something okay. Ooh, okay. I'm looking at this because we had a double bottom. Okay, this low is a little bit lower than this low. So if we trade that middle at 250, I think we trade to 270. What if we break 270, guys? And then we go to 300. What if, huh? So we gotta be nimble in what we do here. So I only have 2. Don't go crazy buying stuff tomorrow. Okay, P10 I am looking at 1502. Again, it's holding the 21. So I was gonna buy it just like CF, but I bought CF. I want to load up on the same type of stocks. So if this breaks 1502, then it's a nice little trade to maybe like 17 or 18. A point or 2 points and a $15 stock. That's good money. PTEN. And the other one is ROCC. I'm looking at 3502. Take out this little, wick right here. And then, kind of like this little mesh right here. Again, this one held the 50. Today it was down, but it was still above, higher low. So if we break, over here, we break this little 35 range, we might hit 40. Hey, a 5-point move on a $35 stock, that's good money. This back here, even more if it breaks the 35, 31. But I like it here at 3502, and then you have a stop right below the 21 right here, maybe like 34. I would say okay, let's give it a little bit leeway, right there, 33.49 or so. It will probably be my stop, 33.48. So give it $1.10 or something like that. To put maybe hey, perfect example. You're risking 100. Let's say you buy 100 shares. You're risking $110 to make 500. Okay, there it is, 5-to-1 ratio. That's how you trade. And if it doesn't work, well, okay, you lost $110. No big deal. It should be, that's 3%. 3% is very manageable. To making 14%. So you're risking 3% to make 14%. That's the ratio we want to look at. We want a minimum bare bones 2-to-1. But if you can get 3 to or 5-to-1, whew, that's awesome. Okay, so that's all I got, guys. Again, I hope you guys stay safe today. I hope you guys made a little bit of money, at least in the middle, or the beginning, or at the end. There were opportunities to make money at the beginning of the day from yesterday. There were opportunities to make money in the middle from morning trades that were closed out for a profit, and there was opportunity to make money at the end of the day if you didn't do anything at the beginning of the day and you held on through it. Then it gave you an opportunity to make money at the end of the day. Hopefully tomorrow will carry over. I'm personally biased to the downside, so I'm hoping tomorrow we have a little just maybe a little pop in the morning, and then a little mid-afternoon sell-off, so I can close off some of my shorts on the long side, and reduce exposure for the weekend. So stay safe, and have a blessed rest of the evening. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.